Strat-O-Matic Excel Carryover League. Brought to you by the Shrimp Troller. 1972 to 1975.
Game 584, Royals at Expos. Welcome back, baseball fans, to another round of 3 series between the Royals and Expos in the American League. Let's take a look and see what's happened thus far in the 3rd round of the postseason tournament. We've had Texas and Baltimore play, and Texas pulled the upset. Oddly enough, a mild upset. I mean, the teams were within a game of each other. Baltimore's hitting just pooped out terribly at the end, and the Rangers had enough offense, enough pitching to get by. Rangers 20-17, not sure if they're going to be the 5 or the 6. Baltimore's done at 22-19. Fit to be tied, but they lose a tiebreaker with the Rangers. So we have the Expos and the Royals looking for the 6th and final playoff spot, joining Boston and Detroit and the White Sox and the A's in the American League. Let's take a look at Game 1. Expos to Kansas City, not much of a game because the Expos were bringing their gifts. You know, they're invited to Kansas City, so they brought, you know, housewarming gifts, single off the infield, another single, error on the E2 Mike Jorgensen, 2-base error on Stanton, a hit off of Hunt, another error off catcher Gary Carter, gift wrapping the Royals an 11-7 win. Expos get some credit for some garbage runs of the ninth to make it close. But not a very nice display of baseball at all by an Expos team that leaves us scratching our heads. Last time we saw the Expos on YouTube, they actually came back in the 9th inning with a Ron Fairly 3-run homer and then vanquished the Milwaukee Brewers. Maybe it's the level of competition. And frankly, the Royals are no hot shots either. They lost 3 out of 5 to Cleveland and lost 5 out of 7 to the White Sox. But one of these teams has to go to the playoffs. This is a fun battle of teams. It's just that when I'm looking at the big picture, we're looking at probably the worst playoff team. That means it could be Cinderella. So anyway, it is Game 2. We're now on the land of the Expos. Royals Expos in a Game 2. Larry Gurr for Kansas City. Larry was 7-8, 3.52 ERA, 151 innings, 1975. The Expos will counter with Bill Stoneman. Bill was 12-14, 2.98 ERA, 251 innings for the Expos, 72. One bad bit of news for both squads. The best pitcher for each team, Roger Nelson and Steve Rogers, well, they pitched the last game of the previous series, so they're not going to play at all in this. So one of these teams will lose without their best option available. One of these teams will win, overcoming their best option not being available. Game 2 in Expo Land. If there's a Game 3, it goes back to Kansas City. Leading off for the Royals, it's George Brett. He likes to lead off. We've been moving him 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He likes batting in all the spots. 1-6 for Brett. 1-1 to 17. He doubles. Lou Piniella batting 2nd. Pops to 2nd. Wanted to get out a fast start to put the 2 best hitters at the top of the lineup. Actually, 3 best. John Mayberry. 58, short X. Bad defense there. Ted Martinez, 318. Not too bad. He's okay. Ground ball C. And with 2 outs, Emus Otis, 43, short X again. And again, he makes the play. Ron Hunt leads off. 37 is a walk. Jerry White, 210, fielder's choice. J.L. Lou batting 3rd. 1-1 to 10 off Gurra is a double. 2nd and 3rd, to play it back for Bob Bailey. 5-10, pops out. 2 outs, Jorgensen grounds the 2nd, wasting a scoring opportunity. Scoreless in the 2nd, Ed Kirkpatrick. 4-12, pitcher. Fran Healy, 55, base hit. Jim Washer Dwyer, 68, flies to right. Fred Patek, 66, is a walk. 2 on, 2 outs for Rojas. And he grounds out. Both teams stranding runners. Gary Carter, 53, first X. This is Mayberry's a 3-8 at first base, makes the play. John Bacabella, base hit. Lee Stanton, 66, short X. Patek's a 2E27 at short. And he boots the ground ball. The road teams are really playing lousy defensively. Ted Martinez, 67 is a K with 2 outs. Ron Hunt, 110. There's an RBI single dot. 1 zip on the corners for Jerry White. Flies left. Top of the 3rd. It's Brett. 46. Single 1 to 6. Lines out. Piniella. 510 Ks. Mayberry, 56. Double 1. Base hit. Amos Otis, 48. Second X. 418 is Ron Hunt at second base. And he makes the play. Bottom of the 3rd inning. J. Alou, 1-7. Double 1-8. Double. Bob Bailey, 310. Left. Jorgensen, 59. Right. And with 2 outs. Carter. 2-9, a walk. 2 on, 2 outs again for Lee Stanton. Excuse me, John Bacabella. Bacabella grounds the 3rd. Stranding runners, the theme here. Just a 1-0 game. Anybody can pull this out. Ed Kirkpatrick, 57's a K. Fran Healy walks. Jim Washer Dwyer Ks. And with 2 outs, it's Fred Patek. Philippe walks. 2 on, 2 outs again for a team. The Royals. Rojas, 47 Ks. So they've stranded a couple twice. The Expos have stranded a couple 3 times. With a lot of stranding going on. The Strand, the big stranding game. Lee Stanton leads off, bottom of the 4th. 5-11, left X. A 4-7 is Piniella. It's a base hit. Ted Martinez, 1-6, pops to short. Ron Hunt, 53, first X. Mayberry's a 3-8 at first. An error. 2 on, 1 out. The Royals have them right where they want them, with runners on the bases. Jerry White, 39 left. And J. Alou, 1-6. Somebody came through. Let's take a look at J. Alou's card of 72. Pinch hitter, 311 hitter. What a great pinch hitter he was. Did it with the Astros. I think also with the Giants. Nice long career doing that. 1-6 is your double to right field. 1 run scores. Hunt's an 11, 12, 13. Will run off the +1 arm and score. Now you get a timely hit versus the untimely outs. 3 zip. Bob Bailey walks. 2 on, 2 outs for Jorgensen. 1-4. Right. Into the 5th. 3 zip. Brett. 311. Rounds a 2nd. Piniella, 2-8. Rounds a 3rd. Mayberry, 2-6 is a base hit. And with 2 outs, it's Otis. 2-7. Fielder's choice. The Royals are bringing up a dud here on the road. Down 3 zip. Bottom of the 5th. Let's pause a moment for station identification.
This is the Shrimp Trawler video channel.
Este es el canal de videos de camaroneros.
Alright, bottom of the 5th inning here. Royals wasting opportunities, and the Expos finally capitalized. Now they want to extend their lead with Gary Carter leading off. 67 is a K. Bacabella, 47, is a base hit. Lee Stanton, 38, is a base hit to left field. 2 on again. Larry Gura just likes men on base. He likes pitching from the stretch. Only 3 have scored thus far, though. Ted Martinez, 34. That's a 6-4-3 double play. Larry Gura doing a little late career Tommy John kind of performance today. Putting him on, leading him on the bases, mostly. 3 zip in the 6th. It's Ed Kirkpatrick. 38 for Ed is a flat right. Fran Healy, 6'11", first X. This is Jorgensen, a 1E2, who made a rare error in the previous game that hurt his team. Inexplicable error, E2. There was like a 2% chance of that. Jim Dwyer, 1-7, base hit. Fred Patek Philippe K's. What time is it, Freddie? Bottom of the 6th. It'll be Ron Hunt leading off. 66, short X. This is Fred, a 2E27. Makes the play. Jerry White, 46, second X. This is Rojas, 2E15. And the Royal defense are keeping their team in this game with 2 nice plays. JLU with a big RBI, 37. This time flies left. Just a 3-0 game. We're already in the 7th inning. Bill Stoneman's pitched well. A shutout. Plenty of men on, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them. And it'll be Rojas Kamakuki leading off in the 7th. 2-7 is liner to second. Brett, 6'11", short X. 3E18 Martinez makes the play with 2 outs. Piniella. 2-7 for Piniella is a grounder to third. The lifeless Kansas City Royals. They leave Kauffman Stadium and the fountains. They miss the home fans, apparently. They have nothing to show for it today in an attempt to sweep the Expos 2 straight. Stretch time here in Burlington, home of the newly relocated to the American League in the Green Mountain state of Vermont. Lake Champlain, just a short 2-hour drive from Montreal. The Expos hosting the Royals in a Game 2, trying to get into the playoffs. That would be the first time in this timeline if they can do it. And we are enjoying listening to Love's the Capo record, 1966, the deluxe edition with plenty of extra tunes on it. This has got everything on it. The best record not named forever changes by Love. Orange Skies, 7-7 is The Castle. She Comes in Colors, Revelation. There you go, folks. I wonder where that is. Yeah. Great Arthur Lee. Fortunate enough to see him once he got out of jail, like 4 times. I could perform in Philadelphia and Annapolis, and a couple times in New York. That was like early 2000 with Baby Lemonade. Great stuff by Arthur Lee and Love. Back to the game, bottom of the 7th. Can the Expos add to their lead? Larry Gura has kept he's just sailing along down 3-zip, chasing a comeback win, if you want to call it that. Larry's put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 men on base. We'll leave him in there. He's just getting warmed up. Bob Bailey leads off in the bottom of the 7th. 5-10 pops out. Alien Jorgensen, 65, second X. This is Rojas, a 2E15. And this time it's a base hit. Finally, the defense breaks. Gary Carter, 68 off Gura. Double 1 of 10. That's a base hit. I think it's time. Time for something different. You're down 3-zip. It's a lifeless game. You still have 6 outs to come back. And let's get Larry out of there. He's been pretty... he's been pretty bad, actually. Let's just say it. Let's just call it what it is. He's been bad. He's lucky that he's lasted this long. Bill Gogolewski, of formerly the Texas Rangers in 1973. 3-6, 4.22 ERA in 124 innings. He comes out of the Royal bullpen with a big fire hose in his hand, trying to put this thing out to keep his team within a 3-run dinger of tying. Gogolewski in the 7th. That's actually 6 1/3, my bad, for Gura. And Gogolewski will face John Bacabella. 2 on, 1 out. Here's the pitch. Fly ball to center field. And with 2 outs, leaves Stanton, 55. Short X, this is Patek Philippe. Makes the play. Defense keeps the Royals in this thing. 3-0 game. And the funny thing is, folks, you got to think about the bullpen here. Got the best closer in the game, Dale Murray plus Bob Reynolds. And you got John Mayberry up. We could have some fun and just have Mickey Scott face Mayberry and then go to the other dudes. But Stoneman's throwing a shutout, has a 3-0 lead. Any defense to bring in? Yes. We could bring Jim Nettles in. He will go to the outfield for Bacabella. Carter goes behind the plate. All twos in the outfield for the Expos now. And we have, Grabarkowitz could play second for Hunt. He's a 3. Let's do that. Yeah. All right. No 4s at all in this team. Now on the top of the 8th, it'll be John Mayberry versus Stoneman. Just down 3-0. Still a very comebackable game. 48's a walk, just like that. And now you got Amos Otis, probably the final batter. 6-10, third X. And no, this is one of the Expos' bugaboos. Infield defense. They managed to get 2 of the 4s out of there, but they still have one at third base, and they can't seem to find a replacement for him. That's Bob Bailey. So 40-19 at third. And it's an error. And just like that, the Royals will send the tie run to the plate. The batter's Ed Kirkpatrick. I think they're going to pull him. They're just going to pull him right now. They got too much good pitching going on in the bullpen. They have 2 guys with sub-2 ERAs that are better than Stoneman. The first of which is Bullet Bob Reynolds. Reynolds was a toss-in in the Baltimore trade. We just saw Baltimore, and we just saw Baylor Moore. All 4 parts of that trade have been present. McNally, Singleton, Baylor Moore, Bob Reynolds. So, yeah, those are all traded for each other, plus some draft tokens in the offseason. Bob Reynolds for Baltimore in 1973. A 186 earned run average in 111 innings. Trying to protect a 3-0 lead in the 8th. It'll be Ed Kirkpatrick. The tie run. Here's the pitch to Ed. 1-8 for Kirkpatrick is a walk, and the Royals have loaded him. Playing back, big lead for Fran Healy. 1-6 and Fran Healy. 1-17 for base hit. Gets it. We got a 3-1 game, and oh no, Expos are blowing this thing. They're going to keep this guy in there, though. He's really good. Play back for a double play, and just let this thing play out. Jim Washer Dwyer. 57's a strikeout. See? That's 1. They got to bring the infield up for A. Bunning Patek. 34 pops out. And with 2 outs, it's Cookie Rojas or pinch hitter. Cookie's good. No sense pinch hitting for Cookie. He's a 276 hitter. There's the pitch, Cookie Rojas. 2-2 Lomax. So that was the strategy. Leave Bullet Bob in there. He'll figure it out. Did allow a run to score. 3-1 game. Another nail biter. Gogolewski continues in the bottom of the 8th. Ted Martinez. 1-7 Ks. Back up top. Now it's Grabarkowitz in the leadoff spot. 5-10. Short X. Patek is a 2. He-27. Another error for Patek. He made one earlier. Not a good look. Jerry White. 64, third X. Now Brett's a 1E25. He made the big error in that Cleveland loss. E25, not 27. It's an error anyway, and now the Royals are blowing it again. So much for that good defense they displayed in the 6th and 7th innings. They're back to their woeful unearned run there. 2 on. 1 out. Batting for J.L. Lou. It doesn't hit raise very well. Be Ron Fairley. And Kansas City does not have an answer for Ron Fairley. Because Joe Horner is awful. He's the lefty reliever. So, it will be Ron Fairley swinging away with 2 on and 1 out with the infield back. Here's the pitch to Ron Fairley. 48 off Gogolewski's a double to left field. That'll plate 1. Grabarkowitz 14 runner won't run off Amos Otis. Excuse me, Jerry White won't run off Amos Otis. Second and third, Bob Bailey. 2-8 to walk. Bases loaded Jorgensen. 6-11. Short X. Patek trying to make his third error of the game. And he does. And this is just some bad baseball by teams who want to go to the playoffs, folks. This is not a good rebuke on the American League. Ouch. National League has 8 teams could compete for the World Series. American League has got Oakland. And the White Sox, I guess. Gary Carter, 5-12. Skies center field. 5-1 to the ninth. Oh, let's just go to Dale Murray. Just because we like looking at his card. Let's take a look at the Dale Murray card. 1974. 103 in 70 innings. Man, this could arguably be the best card of the decade. At least as far as ERA. I mean, Jim Brewer is 126. Brewer puts fewer men on than Dale Murray, but Dale Murray at 103, whew, man, that's a great card. Plus, you're not going to find a card like this in the late 70s when the offenses start to bloom, when the league expands to 26 teams, and it's just the pitching gets knocked around a lot. Early part of the decade, it's more about good pitching. Dale Murray in the ninth, top of the Royal lineup in a 5-1 affair. It's George Brett. 43, flies to right. This is Nettles is a 2 in right field, makes the catch. Lou Piniella, 2-3, pops second. And John Mayberry, 1-7. Double 1 to 17 gets it. Amos Otis, 56. Bouncer to short. Ted Martinez makes the play on the E rating. If you ever look up here and you see the parentheses, it means the E rating is responsible, not the fielding rating. And the 27, Martinez is better than that at 18. We call that a ground out to end the game. Expos tie it up. We get 2 rubber matches in the American League. Home team won the first 4. In the other series, the Road Rangers won game 3. That portends well for the Expos, as they'll have to play Game 3 in Kansas City. Bill Stoneman gets a win. Dale Murray gets a save. Larry Gurr gets a loss. All tied a game apiece. The Game 3 starters will be Steve Renko for the Expos going on the road, and Kansas City will counter with Marty Patton. Marty Patton, Steve Renko will have that result after the break, so stay tuned. All right, baseball fans, here's the box score of the Game 2 you saw. A 5-1 win for the Expos at home. Stoneman, 7 innings, 5 hits, 1 run, 4 walks, 5 Ks. Bob Reynolds and Dale Murray close it out. Larry Gurra put 13 men on base, kept the team around. Then Gogolewski couldn't keep the team around in the 8th. Bad defense. I mean, just a bad effort by the Royals. Not sure what they're doing, trying to close out a team for the purpose of going to the playoffs. You know, don't show up on the road. An error by Patek, error by Mayberry, another error by Patek, another error by Patek. Game 3 in Kansas City, Freddie's on the bench. This is not a good look for a Royal team that has lost 5-7 to the White Sox, 3-5 to Cleveland. They're looking like the choking pretenders. Game 3, they are the choking pretenders. Expos 5-2, much like the Texas Rangers beating Baltimore. The team with a playoff experience in the 70s, the Royals, the Orioles, they folded up terribly. And the upstart Expos and Rangers are in the playoffs, folks. Top of the first inning, the Expos doesn't look good because you get a double, a walk, and you strand the runners. While the bottom half of the inning, Kansas City gets a solo homer for Amos Otis and John Mayberry. That's all they do. That's all they do, folks. Just the 2 runs. Second inning, here come the Expos. A double, walk, 2-run single, Jorgensen to tie the game. Fourth inning, a Grabarkowitz single, 2-run homer, Jerry White, 4-2. A walk, RBI double, Gary Carter, 5-2. And we have our first instance of a playoff move that should not be overlooked. So Renko leaves after 6 innings, 8 hits and 2 runs. And the Expos go to Dale Murray for 3 innings. He's a relief 4. He comes in the 7th inning. Normally you don't go for a 3-inning save. But if you got this weapon in a closeout game that gets you to the playoffs, you use it. Dale Murray's 3 innings, a single, a walk, and a double. 3 strikeouts. 5-2 Expos vanquish the Royals. Let's take a look at the overall standings in the American League. American League is set for the playoffs, folks. We'll look up here first. Boy, Baltimore, Kansas City, Texas, and the Expos advance. A modest 3 over 500 for each squad. Baltimore fit to be tied, but they played an elimination round and lost. Royals 2 over 500. Overall, now, we have the A's on a bye, 15 over 500. The White Sox on a bye, 8 over 500. We have the Red Sox getting a 3 on a tiebreaker versus the Tigers. Both teams are 4 over 500, winning their divisions. Poor Baltimore, half game behind the Red Sox, and they don't even go to the playoffs. But they had the opportunity. It's all about opportunity. You're presented with the opportunity to win your division. You're given destiny in your own hands. Boston had it wasn't in their hands. And that's what Baltimore screwed up. Same with Kansas City. We're giving you the opportunity to go to the playoffs. Just play your way in. Can't do it. And the Expos, would you believe they'll play the Tigers for the 3rd time? In case you're wondering, the Expos played the Tigers, lost 4 of 7. Then in the tournament, they played the Tigers, lost 4 of 7. And now they're going to play them again in a best of 5. Expos, Tigers, Rangers, Red Sox in the wild card round. We'll take a look at that right here. American League wild card round is set. American League buys are set. Here is your number 1 bye, Oakland, 15 over 500. Number 2 bye, White Sox, 8 over 500. You got your number 3, Boston, +4. Detroit, 4 seed, +4. The Expos, again, win the tiebreaker. They had won it here as well. They are both fit 2 and 2. Now they're both 3 and 3. So it's the same tiebreaker. Nothing changed. Expos, Tigers, Rangers, Red Sox. Should be a shootout there. That's it for the American League. Thanks for checking it out. Break up your Expos. They were down to an elimination game in the back-to-back series against the Brewers. Turned that around to the Royals. Turned that around. And here they are, folks, into the playoffs. Thanks for checking this out. We'll see you next time.